There we go.
All right, what is going on, everybody? Frankie here for the Bakersfield Gentlemen with my brother Miguel here at Culebra's Lounge in Bakersfield, California. Once again, you guys, we have a special show for you today. Uh, as you see on the bottom of the banner, that is what we are pairing it with. We will be talking to Manolo from Casa 1910 and seeing what he is pairing it with. Obviously, he's more in tune with the cigars than we are, so he probably has a better pairing offering for you guys. But this is a tequila that we found one day when we were going through the store, and I wasn't feeling so hot. And I was like, you know what? I think a shot of tequila might make me feel a little bit better. Might help out. So I was looking at the different tequilas. I hadn't heard of this one before. This is an anejo tequila that has been aged in charred oak barrels. So a very interesting flavor profile to it. You still get the floral notes from the tequila. You still get the nice little bite from the tequila, but it does have that charred oak note to it. So we are going to see how it pairs with Casa 1910 cigars. We do have two cigars, one of each of the blends here, one in the original in the Robusto and the newer blend in the Toro. So we'll probably light those up. I might even smoke them back or side to side and see how they pair. So I'm gonna make sure we get enough in on the hour that we have. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy the new background. Miguel worked really hard on it. And I think it looks absolutely fantastic. And with that being said, let us bring on our guest again. This is Manolo from Casa 1910. Richard, how you doing? Tim, how you doing? And let's get him on here.
There we go. Alrighty. How you doing, brother?
Hello.
Fantastic, fantastic. So we gave you a little bit of an introduction, but if you want to go over again, about Casa 1910 and yourself, we'd love to hear it.
Sure. Well, I'm glad for being here. I'm very excited because this talk it's very interesting because we make a pairing with our cigars from Casa 1910 and an amazing tequila with Hornitos or Reserva de la Familia. And well, I'm Manolo Santiago, blender and co-founder for Casa 1910. I make these cigars. I talk about the cigars around the shot, but Casa 1910 is a Mexican cigar brand made in Mexico. One of our lines, a Revolutionary Edition. Actually, I have right here. The Cuchillo Parado is a Revolutionary Edition. It's a Robusto shaped cigar, 100% made in Mexico, handmade, and all Mexican tobaccos. Mexican Sumatra for the wrapper, 3 years aged, and the binder and the filler, all Negro San Andres with 5 years aged. It's medium strength cigar, and I made this cigar for perfect pairing with tequila, reposado and añejo. Why? Because I'm from Guadalajara, Jalisco, the land of tequila and mariachi, of course. And this is a Mexican cigar. We need to make a perfect pairing with Mexican products like a tobacco and tequila.
Oh, 100%. I love
Fantastic.
it.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So for those that might not know about Casa 1910, as you said, the original blend, the one with the orange band, it has all Mexican tobacco, like you said, the Mexican Sumatra, San Andres. How difficult was that? Because I'll be honest, there have been other cigars that have claimed to have been all Mexican tobacco in the past that I've tried, and there was nothing like this. I mean, the flavors weren't there, the quality wasn't there, and then you guys come out with this, and it's absolutely fantastic.
Mhm.
So,
Thank you.
what did you guys do differently? You're welcome. That made you able to make such a fantastic product.
Well, uh, it's a great question. Thank you. Because the tobacco leaves, it's very different if you growing in the raining season or dry season. Okay, express totally different before be rolling and after be rolling. Okay, the every tobacco leaf expressed of different ways if you make a fermentation, a very short fermentation or long fermentation or cold fermentation or very heat fermentation. Okay, the tobacco leaves express difference if you take the leaves for more close to the floor or more close to the sky. Okay, it's totally different leaf. It's the same plant, but it's different floor plant. It's totally different the leaf and the result for this tobacco leaf. Okay,
Hmm.
and when I take the different leaves for the filler, maybe I tell you so about the volado, the seco, the bison, the ligero. Okay, in Mexicans it's like that, but it's a little bit different, because we catalog the leaves for our colors, for textures, and for strength the leaf, because maybe you can have the volado, and maybe you can take for this batch some tobacco leaves from the binder. Okay, or maybe you can take some tobacco leaves from the pisos or the seco, and maybe it's a great ligero. This kind of work need a really eye and a really sense of touch.
Hmm.
It's from masters, okay, from Veracruz, Mexico, and mm, it's very great cigar. Sorry.
It 100% is.
When you take the different tobacco leaves, if you have in the same table all different kind of leaves, you need to taste the different textures of the leaf, and you don't only have all Negro San Andres. You maybe have 15 different leaves of Negro San Andres. You maybe can take a toasted flavors from the one kind of leaf. You maybe take herbs and woods and cedar for other kind of leaf. When I make a ligada, when I make a blend, I need to make a great balance for this cigar. It's just when I tell about the cuchillo parado, some people tell me it's just two kind of tobacco leaves. It's a Sumatra seed and the Negro San Andres, but it's not. In the filler, I use three different types from Negro San Andres for different flower plants, for different grounds, and different seasons, dry and raining seasons. Okay, it's three different leaves, and the binder it's all other kind of plantation, and the wrappers is other kind of plantations. It's five different kinds of tobacco leaves. It's totally different.
No, that makes perfect sense. I think
Hmm.
I think you kind of equate it to maybe if you were to butcher or harvest a cow and you get the beef, and just because it's all beef does not, and even it comes from the same farm, you get the exact same. It's not all going to have the same flavors, the same texture, the same marbling. It's going to be a completely different product from one end to the other. And to put those together like you have, instead of a delicious steak dinner, I'm getting an amazing cigar, and it's absolutely fantastic. You can definitely see the complexity in what you're saying when you smoke this. You can taste it.
That was a good way of putting it. I like that actually a lot.
Yeah, it's like for the Revolutionary Edition, we have two different cigars, the Cuchillo Parado and the Tierra Blanca. The name for these cigars is the name for Cuchillo Parado, and Tierra Blanca is the name for the Mexican Revolution battles. Cuchillo Parado is from a town, the name of the town for the barrel in Chihuahua, and Tierra Blanca it's the name of the town from Veracruz. It's on the barrel for the Mexican Revolution. Okay, for these cigars, I use the Mexican Sumatra wrapper and the Al Negro San Andres in the binder and the filler. Okay, but the Tierra Blanca it's a Toro 6x54. It's medium to full strength cigar. This the Cuchillo Parado is medium, and the Tierra Blanca I use for the wrapper Negro San Andres Maduro with 5 years aged before we roll it, binder and the filler, all Negro San Andres with 5 years aged before we roll it. But about the wrapper, I use an special treatment with two fermentations for the wrapper. This kind of wrapper, the Sumatra, it's very light. It's very tight. The wrapper just need one fermentation. Okay, but the Negro San Andres, it's more fat, the leaf, and needs two fermentations to take the color, the brown color, to take the beautiful aromas and the beautiful flavors for this kind of wrapper. And in the mouth, it's very sweet and it's very warm. The sensation for this kind of wrapper. And the filler, I use a special seco from dry season and ligero for dry season. Why? Because when you grow in tobacco in the regular season, the raining season, it's not to stress tobacco leaves. Okay, the tobacco leaves it's more relaxed, not take this kind of plants, not take aromas and minerals for the floor in front of the dry season. The dry season, the plant is more stressed and take all the flavor and take all the aromas for the environment, and it's totally different tobacco. It's the same fields, it's the same kind of seed, but it's a dry season and expressed totally different at the final in the cigar. It's very interesting.
I love that.
Yeah, that is interesting as you brought up. Because excuse me, Sumatra is one of my favorite rappers, and to grow it in Mexico, what challenges were there? I mean, did you have to find the exact perfect spot? How difficult was it to actually grow and then harvest the Sumatra in Mexico?
Hmm. It's no a new process. In Veracruz, it's very regular to growing Sumatras, actually,
Very nice.
a lot of years ago. But the Great Sumatra needs a great shadow for the grappers, needs a lot of water, and the special soil. Okay, for our fields, we use uh, very close to the mountain for the growing this kind of seeds, and
Mm-hmm.
not every seed it's perfect or fits perfect for every kind of soil. It's you need to make a lot of experiments and make a little batches for growing tobaccos for different seeds, and make some experiments and make a curing barn and make a fermentation and make a little bit aging to and taste to analyze the result for this kind of tobacco leaf. Maybe you can find a great pairing between seed, weather, and soil, or maybe you can find shit.
Very nice. I do love how you explained the concept of the dry season forcing it to bring everything into itself. It kind of reminds me of when you talk about just art in general, that experience of when things are a little bit more struggling for you, you create something wonderful and you have to adapt to everything around you. And it shows up so much in nature and in the way that you grow the tobacco, and just the fact that it is like, I think stressed was the word you used, right? It's a little more stressed, so it
Yeah.
has to work with the minerals, has to work with the nutrients in the soil more. That's such a wonderful thing. It must take years to understand exactly what level of stress though it can take before it's no longer viable, before it's no longer going to work for the product you want.
Yeah, it's very hard to make a great product in the dry season, because it's more expensive. It's more expensive because we need to put tubes around every fields for the water. I need to push the bazookas from the water and make a rain in the dry season. It's very complicated situation.
Oh,
We need to put people watch the fields and watch the bazookas for it's very expensive material. It's very expensive machines, and we need to make this kind of careful. We need to be a gentleman with the plant because the stress and other things. Um, and when you put the seed in the soil when it's not raining season, every leaf takes a lot of resins, a lot of oils inside here,
mhm.
and because not take a lot of water in front of the raining season, you know. It's because takes a lot of aromas and a lot of flavors, but to make a safra, to make a harvest the leaves, you need to make a perfect eye and perfect touch to check the plant. It is um, exile and nail the tobacco plant to take the every leaf. It's very hard to explain because you need to be here. You need to go to San Andres with me. Actually, please, you come to San Andres to see this kind of process. It's very interesting. We need to touch every plant to take an option for maybe we need to leave the resting for another day the plant or not. It's very stressing, not just for the plant, but for us it's very stressing. But
Oh,
it's
yeah.
beautiful.
I can only imagine. Yeah, but it sounds like through not just trial and error, but through studying and learning about this, you guys have gotten it
Hmm.
to perfection. I mean, these cigars are incredible. They absolutely are some of my favorite stuff I've had in the last few years, and
Right.
I love the fact that I can pair it with my tequila because I love all tequila pretty much
Yeah.
except for the mixed stuff. But um, what notes are you looking for when you were smoking your cigar? So you wanted to know like, this is going to pair perfectly with something that I want to drink.
Well, mm, when I make a blend, uh, I worked for that project a couple of months before. I think about the format. I think about the strength for the cigar, the flavors, the aromas. When I'm looking for, and I'm looking for the pairing. Okay. For example, when I make this cigar, actually, I think about a Toro 6 by 52. Okay, 6 by 52. I go to the factory, I make a lot of experiments, a lot of tastings, but this kind of blend when I make in this time fits perfect with the Robusto. And the Toro, no. It's very funny because for me, every blend has a perfect format, a perfect shape. If you take for all brand, for all catalog, for all line or edition, maybe you can have one is your favorite. Okay, for me, it's kind of for the Cuchillo Parado blend. I taste in Toro, in Short Robusto, in Gordo, in Churchill, in Lonsdale, and other kind of shapes. But for me, fits perfect this kind of blend with the Robusto 5 by 50. Okay, it's like a Tierra Blanca or the Caber Edition. Caber Edition, it's three cigars: the Torpedo, the Gran Toro, and the Gordo. But between of these three cigars, it's totally different. The Lucero, the Torpedo, it's different for the blend for the Toro. It's different blend for the Gordo. And in February, we released a new line called it Soldadera Edition.
Ooh.
Called it Soldadera Edition, made with Mexican tobacco, Dominican Republic tobacco, made in Dominican Republic. It's very interesting. And all our cigars, the two Revolutionary Edition cigars, the three Cabaret editions, and the new ones for Dominican Republic, is totally different blend. Express different tobacco leaves, different format. It's different a lot.
I
I'm
love that.
crazy. Yeah, I'm crazy. Uh, but I need when I make a cigar, I need when you smoke, say I need to see your face and say, great, great cigar. Maybe in a Toro, it's not the same cigar. Okay, maybe it's different. Maybe expressly a little bit different, but it's not the same cigar. It's what happened with me.
Yeah, I could 100% agree with that. Now, for I don't know how much we can ask about the new one coming up because it's very close still. Like February is not too far away, but I'm excited to hear more now. Where are you guys making them at?
Okay. Well,
If you can tell me, you don't have to right now. We could because I'll see you. Are you going to be at TPE?
yeah,
Yeah,
we
we'll see you
released
there.
this
Yeah.
these cigars in TPE. I tell you about the cigars. It's three different. One new Robusto. The name is San Petrina. San Petrina. One Toro 6 by 52. The name is Teniente Ángela. And La Coronela. La Coronela, it's a small batch release, just a limited units for per year. It's not limited edition, but it's a small batch release, just a limited production for every year. And this is a Majestuosos 1966 the shape or Vitola. It's 58 by 1.5 inch for the length, with a little appendix. It's beautiful. It's Habano, Ecuador for the wrapper, Arapiraca, Brazil for the binder, and the filler is Mexican tobaccos and very interesting Dominican Republic's tobaccos. It's very great cigar. This is my favorite for the line. But you tell me when you try these cigars, what is your favorite? And the factory, it's a great factory from Dominican Republic is La Isla
Okay, very nice.
with Hostos Quesada. It's an amazing partner for this production, and you need to taste these cigars. The name of Soldaderas is it's kind of do you know about the Adelitas for the Mexican Revolution?
So, no, I do not.
Okay, Adelitas or Soldaderas is the name, the regular name for the female soldiers for the Mexican Revolution. But these female soldiers, these women, are chefs, nurseries, companion, and soldiers. Amazing, amazing. San Petrina, it's a expert for the explosive, blowing the a lot of soldiers for the other side. It's crazy the names for this kind of cigars. The Soldadera, female soldiers for the Mexican Revolution. It's great. We have for February 3 lines. The Revolutionary Edition, it's the name for the Mexican Revolution, the barrels for the Mexican Revolution. Cabaret Edition, it's a blend with Nicaraguan tobacco and Mexican tobacco. The name for the horses for Pancho Villa and Emiliano Zapata, Lucero, As de Oro, and Jilguero. And Soldadera Edition, it's a name for the female soldiers for the Mexican Revolution in Mexico in 1910, actually.
Nice. I love that.
So, to go back to you saying that the second iteration of your cigar contained Nicaraguan tobacco. Uh, what was that for you guys hoping to get? Was that just so that you can try with more flavor profiles? I mean, what brought you away from just sticking with the all Mexican tobacco to say, hey, this new blend, we need to tweak it a bit. We need to bring in some Nicaraguan tobacco.
Great. Well, for let me make a little toast with you guys. I put Reserva de la Familia Reposado here in my glass. And let me say cheers, everyone. Ah, great. Well, this is this is my English medicine, you know?
Yeah. Oh, real quick question though, not to cut you off, Frankie, because your question was, but Richard would like to know if there's a place where he can get your cigars as well. He is in Texas right now. Is there any distribution in Texas?
Well, for Texas and California, well, we have a special brokers like Scott Lewis for Texas.
Nice.
For California is GMG, and maybe you know the blood for Castagli and other cigars. He is or represented in the US.
I
Okay,
picked a good
fantastic.
guy right there. I love
Yeah,
that.
he's
He's good
awesome.
people.
Yeah, it's amazing guy.
Yeah. And then let's see, Robert, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. Still, no, this is not Richard. Richard is a big tequila fan as well. He's been with us for a very long time with the show, but he doesn't.
Cheers.
He does not drink tequila so much as he does chug it. Um, and sometimes you got to remember to enjoy your tequila, just to sip it and then relax with
Hmm.
it. It's just as good that way. There's no need to do a shot every time, Richard. Come on, I could sip and enjoy this all day long.
Well, uh, when we talk about the tequila, if you need a shot tequila, maybe you can find a mix tequila. Okay. About the categories of tequila, you can find two different categories: 100% agave, azul tequila and Weber, and a mix with agave and other sugars. Okay,
Mm,
on other kind of types of alcohol. Maybe do you know the Jose Cuervo Especial?
yeah,
Right.
Is the behind bar. It's a signature for tequila. This is a mixed tequila. Okay, it's perfect to make a margaritas and another kind of cocktails and shots tequila. Maybe you can take an blanco tequilas, the silver ones, or it's great for shots or maybe long drinks with Coke and another kind of sodas. It's very great. But about the great reposados, premium reposados, añejos, and extra añejos, or extra aged tequilas, you need to be sipped like a
Hmm.
great whiskey, like a great cognac, because it's a lot of work behind every tequila bottle. Can It's like the cigars. I made this cigar with 6 to 7 years before we roll it. The tequila bottle, you need the agave pineapple, the agave plant, to take 5 to 8 years growing in
yeah.
the fields. This time is without the barrel, the agent on the barrel, the distillation part, the fermentation. It's not like that. It's just the growing of the raw material. It's 5 years, 8 years. It's a lot. It's not justify justify to take a shot for this kind of tequila. You
No,
need
yeah, no.
you need to give a tequila this kind of homage. this kind of
Respect.
time. You need to take a time. You need to take a smells and take the textures, take the aromas slowly. Be more
It's
relaxed.
it's just like tasting a good scotch. You want to sip it. You want to make sure you get it all over your palate, uh, so that it hits all your taste buds. So you're getting every little note that you can out of it.
I don't want to make anyone feel bad out there, but I would put it above that because you can grow barley and wheat and other grains very quickly. You can do it 3 times a year, no problem. You cannot do that with the agave plant.
Right.
There's no way. And there's only one place in the world where tequila comes from. That's in Mexico.
Well,
You get
scotch too.
you get what?
So the only place scotch comes from.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
kind of. You have you have your
Well,
Canadian
a,
whiskey. You have your all
a
that.
whiskey, a
Yeah.
whiskey for legal part, you can find for Canada, from US, from Japan,
Japan.
from
Yeah.
France, Peru, Mexico make a very interesting whiskeys right now.
Oh heck yeah.
But it's not with barley, but it's with corn and other kind of raw material. But it's very interesting. But the tequila, just here in Mexico.
One place, wonderful. And I don't think tequila gets the respect it deserves. I say that all the time. The regulations on the industry, the amount of time and effort, like you said, just in growing it, let alone the fermentation and the aging process. It is just a sight. It's an art that I think people would love if they paid more attention. But I think a lot of guys, they start with their Jose Cuervo and they do a bunch of shots and then think, oh, that's all tequila. Nope.
No, no,
No,
no.
no, no.
It's okay. It's okay if your entrance for the tequila world, it's with Jose Cuervo. It's a great tequila. It's not bad tequila. But in tequila world, we have more. We have the young or joven tequila joven. We have gold or reposado tequila, aged and extra aged tequila, different barrels. Here, Reserva de la Familia rest in three kind different barrels: American oak with a light toast, American oak with a strong toast, and French oak with a medium toast.
Oh
It's
wow.
three different tequilas in the same bottle.
Oh
It's
wow.
amazing. It's amazing.
That sounds wonderful. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But for your question about the Nicaraguan tobaccos and Mexican tobaccos and this topic, when I make a blend, all of our tobaccos needs Mexican tobacco for our fields. Okay, and when I make a blend, I need to expose the flavors and the aromas for the Mexican tobaccos. Okay, the organoleptic descriptives, the organoleptic notes for every tobacco leaf, it's totally different. But when the Nicaraguan tobacco, maybe from Jalapa or maybe for Condega, Esteli, I need to make a bridge for the flavors and aromas for the Mexican tobacco. And I take the maybe one kind of tobacco leaves from Mexico from the filler, and this is my entrance for make a blend. I taste the leaf, and I take notes, and after I take other kind of tobacco from the piso, from the seco, from the volado, and other kind of tobaccos to make the Mexican tobacco express over the all aromas. Maybe the letters, maybe the coffee beans, roasted tobacco, coffee beans, the cacaos, the old woods in the Mexican tobacco and the stable. I need to expose in every blend. No matters if I use for wrapper, for the binder of the filler or the mix. No matter what, I need to expose the flavors and aromas for Mexican tobacco. And in this kind of point for the Caber edition, when I make a blend with Nicaraguan tobacco and Mexican tobacco and Ecuadorian tobacco, actually, this is the As de Oro, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, As de Oro, I use for this cigar 7 different types of tobacco.
Whew.
Okay, one is a grapper. It's a Habano seed growing in Ecuador. The binder is Mexican, San Andres binder, and the filler it's a blend with 5 different types of tobacco from Esteli, Jalapa, and Condega. It's very interesting flavors and aromas, but the Mexican tobacco, the principal aroma. It's the first aroma you can feel when you smoke this kind of cigar. Okay, and in the Soldadera edition with Dominican Republic and Brazilian tobaccos, it's the same. It's the same. The Mexican tobacco, it's over the pyramid. It's the last part of the pyramid. Is the first part when you smoke this cigar, you can feel the Mexican tobacco. Maybe it's not the wrapper, but you can feel the Mexican tobacco. It's our signature, you know. But in the Caber edition, the names for these horses, like As de Oro, this horse in the past days, it's a mixture of breeds, and this cigar is a mixture of leaves. You know,
Oh, okay.
is the short answer for this question.
Now, the Dominican one's coming next month. I'm very excited about that. Now, I know this might be out there, like maybe years down the road, but what's the craziest idea that you've had that you think maybe it will work, maybe it won't? Is there anything that is completely down the road that you're thinking about? Maybe something totally different, either size wise or a new tobacco you want to work with,
Maybe
or
some Pennsylvania broadleaf or Connecticut broadleaf, something
anything
like
crazy like that. Yeah. Is there anything that comes to mind?
No, well, we are a young brand, actually. We released the brand in 2022 in the PCA, but uh, we have a lot of work before that. Okay, and right now in the market we have 2 cigars from Revolutionary Edition, 3 cigars for Caber Edition, and 3 more for Soldadera. But it's not just like that. We work in other cigars with different tobaccos, and when I go to Dominican Republic or go to the factory in Veracruz, I not just work in one blend like a Cochillo Parado. I work in a lot of blends, different experiments, and I leave this kind of experiments in the warehouse to make a perfect rest,
Nice.
and I try again in the future. And well, this is an interesting blend. I take again this experiment to make a little bit changes in the blend to make a new product. But we need a lot of work behind every blend. It's very hard because when we release the cigar, we need to see the face, we need to see the expression for you guys. Well done. Okay, I personally I need to be completely um, secure for this release.
Oh, I totally get that. It makes perfect sense, and I do love that because it seems like you guys aren't just going to flood the market with 20 different blends. It seems like everything that comes out is so thought out properly. It's so much quality versus the quantity, and I love
Yeah,
that. I absolutely love that.
yeah. And it's not just talking about the blend. We need to talk about the labeling, the cigar rings, the boxes, and the storytelling behind every cigar. It's very hard to talk about it. We have a great team in the marketing area. I need to say hi to the people in the office, Eric Majo, Serge and Jamie, or co-founders, my partners for this brand, it's totally crazy about the brand. These guys are totally crazy about the Mexican history, and we need to work around every cigar a lot of weeks before we release the every cigar.
Oh yeah.
Is interesting.
And the
No,
marketing's
no,
beautiful
yeah,
too.
the
Can you?
fact that you brought up the bands and the labeling, most people, when they think of Mexico, they think the eagle and the snake, and they think of the red and the green. But you guys went with green and orange, and I know there's a story behind that.
Can you get them on the backs real quick? That's just beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. It's
There we go. Yeah, that looks wonderful right there. It's just
yeah.
beautiful.
Let me explain you about the colors. The Mexican flag, it's green, white, and red. Okay, but about the law, about our constitution, the law, the high law in Mexico, is because we can't use the official colors for the flag. Okay, we can use the seal for the Mexican flag. It's totally grown. It's we can happen this kind of topics in the designs, um, but it's because we use the green, the white, and in the place for red we use the orange. Okay, orange because it's the most close color for red, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And the logo, let me show you the logo. Let me make a zoom for the logo. Give me a second.
I'm gonna do
Pararan, pararan.
I'll make that bigger too.
This is the logo.
Ah,
Oh,
very
okay.
nice.
This is a eagle claw. Take a snake. It's kind of a hand. Take a cigar with the smoke, but it's a representation for the seal for the Mexican flag. Okay, the Mexican flag is an eagle taking a snake over the cactus,
Hmm.
the nopales, the Mexican cactus. It's all representation for the Mexican flag. Okay, the colors and the logo. It's all representation for the Mexican flag. Um, we talk in every material, in everything. We talk about Mexico for the colors, for the logo type, the isotypes, and all communication. It's Mexico.
I love it. I love that.
Yeah.
Now I went ahead and I lit up the next one already, guys. So right off the bat, you can taste very much more different profile than in the orange label. For me, the orange label had more of a black tea note starting off,
Yeah.
whereas this one has more a wood note to it. So that right there is pretty cool. I think that you're able to find those differences right away. And again, that's going to come from the tobacco that you guys used. So I'm going to keep enjoying this while I try it with the tequila. And at the end, I'll let you guys know which one I think this tequila paired better with. Uh, Maybe next time we'll get some more different tequilas and we'll keep trying them.
I think that's only a good thing to do. I think definitely. And I think Richard, I'm sorry you brought it up earlier. A tequila that we like to drink a lot of here called Dame Mas. Have you had a chance to drink that?
Dame más.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, I never heard about this brand.
Oh no word. It basically they finish it in sherry casks. So by
Okay.
the end of it, it's such a sweeter version of a tequila that
Mm.
when we shared it with people, they almost didn't know what they were drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh man, this is so sweet. Is it a rum or something? Like, nope. You are drinking a wonderful tequila, and it really is a different experience because usually it's more pepper forward.
Yeah.
With that really, what I really love the bite to it. This one is almost no bite, I would say.
Yeah.
and it is very nice. Yeah, Dami Mas is a really good brand. Thank you for bringing it up, by the way, Richard. I totally forgot to
I
mention.
I, I need to find the Dame Mas tequila. I need to find this brand definitely.
Oh, it's good. It's very good, man. And one more comment from Richard. Let me put that on the big screen so I can see it. Wouldn't know. I've never had it shared with me. Well, Richard, I'm sorry. I didn't have any when I saw you last time. My goodness.
We did have a couple bottles, but I think we finished those tonight. We got them.
Yeah, they got drank pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Here. We are right now. We're sitting in our local members only lounge here in Bakersfield, and members can be here 24 hours a day if they want, and everyone shares different alcohols. So it's a really nice experience. So if you're ever in Bakersfield, we'll have to come visit us over here, and we'll give you the full treatment of Culebra's Lounge. It's
Great.
a spot.
Maybe after TPE, it's great for me to visit you guys.
I would love that. Yeah, I would love that. Now for TPE, you got the releases coming. What is your next? Are you doing any events after TPE for like any shops or anything that you're planning to go to that people should know about?
Well, with Vlad and with all my partners, Jamie and Serge, uh, we make together an interesting schedule for visiting Florida, California, Texas, maybe Chicago, New York to make a great event in the tobacco shops, in the cigar lounges. Maybe we work between Cuervo, Cuervo Group with tequilas, with whiskeys, and other brands, and other kind of spirits, and maybe we can make a great pairings step by step in the cigar launches. Actually, I have seriously tips for the great tasting for tequila, and a great tip for you for a great pairing with the tequila and cigars. But maybe we can make this kind of experience inside every cigar launch in the US, maybe in the Nevada, California, Texas, Florida, and New York and Chicago for the first part. And we show an PCA in the US in July, and in September we present our brand again in Intertabak in Germany, and in November we have an Casa 1910 experience in the same days for the Mexican Revolution. Um, it's 3 days, 2 or 3 days here in Mexico City with all experience about Mexico, great food, great drinks, great cocktails, great cigars, and a lot of friends. It's a very interesting weekend in Mexico City, the Casa 1910 experience. Don't miss out.
Yeah, no, I would love to get over there. I want to see that. I want to be a part of it. Oh, it sounds like so much fun.
Yeah, I haven't been to Mexico City since I was 5 or 6. It's been a long time since I've been down that far.
Been too long.
Yeah.
Too long.
Mm. It's very, very, very interesting. Very interesting. And what do you think about the As de Oro?
To be honest, I think it's fantastic. Again, I between the two, I like the differences of the Nicaraguan tobacco. I thought that was a great idea to put that in there. I'll be honest, I haven't smoked as many as I have the original blend. I smoked a lot more of the original blend than I have the Nicaraguan. So I have to be honest on that one. I think I've only had maybe a handful of these. So I definitely have to smoke some more of them to really get all the nuances between the two.
Yeah, it's totally different, but you can feel the signature for Casa 1910. And maybe you can taste this cigar without labels, and you can say it's 1910. It's 1910.
I think so.
It's like this type of flavor profile. Okay, and if you have the tequila, you need to take a glass, and I show you how I make the great pairing with the cigar and the tequila. Okay, the first part, you need to make a great puff for the smoke. You take the smoke for 3 to 5 seconds in your mouth, and you need to release the smoke very slowly. After that, you need to take a sip for tequila and put direct to the stomach. No wash your mouth, no nothing. You need to take a sip direct to the stomach. Take air and need to exhale slowly with your mouth. Take air again and need to exhale with your nose very slowly.
Mm-hmm.
We can make together. The first part is make a great puff. Slowly take a little sip of tequila direct to the stomach. Exhale slowly. Take air again and exhale slowly with your nose.
That's definitely different.
Totally different.
Yeah. Oh wow. Where did you learn that?
Well, when you work in this kind of area, great area for spirits and the tobaccos, you need to make a lot of experiments, and we need to say, smoke and drink alcohol, it's not natural for the body, it's not natural for the senses. It's because you need to make a push, to make a help for your palate, for your nose. 80% for all job about the tasting, about the analysis, it's from your nose. It's not the palate, it's not your tongue, it's the nose. 80%. Okay, it's because if you take a great sip for the tequila and wash your mouth, the boots for the tongue, um, with the alcohol, make pain for the tongue. Okay, but if you throw the tequila direct to the stomach and you exhale with your mouth, the oils for the tequila mix with the oils for the tobaccos and make a great aftertaste. It's a perfect blend. It's a perfect blend behind your mouth for the oils, for the tobaccos and the tequilas. If you make the other way, maybe you can smoke and wash your hand, wash your mouth with the tequila. It's a lot of sensations for the mouth, and the mouth literally screaming, "What's going on here? What's going on? Heat, cold, alcohol, heat, hot." It's very complicated for the tongues, but if you take slowly time, if you take a step by step, you need to push your mouth, you need to push your palate to stand better every sensation in the tequilas and the smoke. Okay, it's very interesting. It's like when I see the tasting or the tasters for tequila, I see this kind of of movement. Okay, shake a glass. It's awful for tequila. It's awful. Shake a glass for the spirits, whiskey, cognac, and other kind of high alcohol volume spirits. It's the words is a bad uh, movement for the spirit, because you have a lot of alcohol inside the spirit. Okay, if you shake the glass with the spirit, you volatilize the molecules for alcohol. And when you smell, it's a lot of alcohol. And oh, wow, no, you don't need shake a tequila. You need to smell slowly with your open your mouth and smell. It's better for smell spirits with high volume alcohol.
Hmm.
If you smell the spirit with your close mouth, it's more alcoholic part. But
Right,
if
it's more
you
that
open your
astringentness.
mouth,
Yeah.
it's very soft. It's more soft to smell.
That makes perfect sense.
Hmm.
Okay, you need to find the simple aromas like agave, cooked agave. You can find, or you need to find the spices. You need to find the barrels for the tequila. You don't need to alcohol. You need to find the aromas. Okay, and when you sip the tequila, you need a little sips for find the sensations, to find the aromas, to find the organoleptic notes. It's very easy, but we may complicate the situation. Okay.
Yeah, that whole sipping and then breathing in and breathing out. I with the cigar after you smoke it. That's definitely a new experience for me, and it's actually very wonderful. Definitely, you guys should get a hold of some of these cigars and your favorite tequila, and give it a try and let us know what you think.
Yeah, see,
Um,
Richard would do it right now if he wasn't at work. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry you have to work right now because that's do it later. Do it later. You're gonna want to do that.
You need to take notes and make this exercise in your house more relaxed and without job, without driving.
yeah.
it's
Smart.
it's better in your couch, relax in your house.
Oh yeah.
And you need to make a great pairing with tequila and cigar. You need a spirit with a pass in the barrel. You need two woods. Okay, the silver tequilas. It's a great for for a seafood for hanging out. But the pairing with a cigar, you need to make a bridge between tequila and the cigar, and this bridge is the barrel. Okay, it's a barrel. It's for that I use the reposado, añejo, or extra añejo tequilas. But it's easy to stand to understand this kind of exercises. But in about the evolution for the cigar, I recommend for the first part of the cigar reposado tequilas because it's less complex about the añejos tequilas. The last part of the cigars, I recommend añejos or extra añejos tequilas, because it's more complex. It's more complex cigar. In the last part, it's more complex spirit. It's more complex drink. You need to make a balance between the complexities in the spirit and the cigar. It's more complex. It's more strong cigar. You need more complex tequila. It's it's easy to find the great pairing if you know that.
Hmm.
No, that makes
And I
perfect.
don't know if it's the difference in the blends and the added bit of the Nicaraguan tobacco to it, but I am tasting a lot more of the sugars and the sweetness from the tequila with the Nicaraguan blend.
Well, for example, about the revolutionary edition for Cuchillo Parado, for example, you can find stable, you can find tea leaves, you can find cedar wood. It's less complex. It's more herbs. Okay, you need to find spicy tequilas for great pairing. Okay, but the Nicaraguan tobaccos, it's more minerals, it's more spicy tobaccos. You need to find a sweet tequila for make a bridge for make a great bridge. Eh, If you put a spicy tequila with a spicy tobacco, it's not interesting for your mouth. Maybe it's a great pairing, but it's not interesting for your mouth, for your senses. It's not interesting. But if you have how do you say in English? I need to use the translator for this word.
No problem.
Sorry, but the mm, mm, mm. Okay, you need to make it like a harmony. Um, if you take mineral in one side, you need to take sweetness in the other side to make a great bridge, to make a great pairing or great marriage. It's better for the tongue. It's better for the palate. Uh, if you take the similar, very similar tasting profile, it's boring. It's boring tasting. It's boring pairing. It's not bad, but it's boring.
Right, because you're getting a lot of the same notes. They're not complementing; they're just meshing together.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. All right, guys,
I
we are
take,
at. Oh wait, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry, sorry.
look, this bottle. It's beautiful. It's very traditional bottle, very traditional art, and the seal. It's beautiful. This is old school bottle from Reserva la Familia. Look at that color. It's amazing. It's dark amber. It's beautiful.
And that's the one you said was finished in 3 barrels.
Yeah, the two of them, the Reserva de la Familia Reposado Añejo, it's three different barrels, but this is a Reposado and this is Extra Añejo. It's different time resting in the barrels.
Very nice.
It's 18 months and 6 to 8 months in the barrels. Remember about the tequila, it's less rested or less aging about the other kind of spirits. For example, the Scotch whiskey, it's maybe the regular way. Well, the legal part is 3 years, but the regular in the market it's 8 years, 8 years for more, 12 years, 18 years, and 15 years old. But for the tequila, about the raw material, the agave, the total evolution in the barrel, it's after, it is before 4 years in the barrels.
That's pretty interesting to think too. All these scotches, the expensive ones are, 12, 18, 20, 25 years. And tequila, that's not what you want.
No, yeah, you don't want to. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And if you need to check the tequila, it's great tequila. If not artificial flavors and other stuff, I have a tip for you. Maybe you can take a couple drops in your hand, dry the tequila, and smell. If when you make this exercise and you feel like a oil, it's a great tequila. It's a very great tequila. And when you smell, you need to find all light aromas like agaves and woods, but it's your a couple of minutes, maybe 10 minutes after you smell and you can find nothing. But if you feel like a alcohol and you feel not oily and you feel like a um, chemicals when you smell, definitely your tequila it's bad tequila with chemicals and other shit. Okay.
I'm gonna have to start trying that out.
Yeah, I remember that we tried Sinatra from Jack Daniels for the first time in Vegas, and I'd never seen it before. And we were at the Paris Hotel, and I asked the lady, I was like, "That looks like Jack Daniels, but what is that?" She's like, "Oh, that's Sinatra." I was like, "I've never heard of that before." So she did the same thing. She had put a couple drops in the palm of my hand, she said, "Rub it together and smell it," and I did, and it was fantastic. So I have heard of that part before. Um, I've never tried it with tequila though, so I'll have to do that sometime.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, is a regular exercise for the warehouses in the barrels for the spirits. Every master, every tequila master or maestro tequilero, or maybe master blender or master distiller in Scotland, you can see this kind of exercise when take a drops from the barrel,
Hmm.
make this exercise to feel the body in the spirit. It's
Hmm.
very interesting exercise for this kind of tasting or exam for the spirit.
Fantastic. You guys, we are at an hour, so we are going to let you guys get back to your day. I know we appreciate you coming on the show. I'm definitely going to have to finish this one up in the car. I don't really want to put it out right now. But again, thank you so much for being on the show and giving us that little 101 tutorial about pairing our tequilas with Casa 1910. We look forward to trying the new blend over at TPE once you guys are ready to present it. So we'll definitely be there, and we will see you in Vegas. A couple weeks now? 3 weeks?
About 3 weeks, yeah.
About 3 weeks.
In
So yeah.
2022 to 24 of February
Yeah. So
in
it's
Las
close.
Vegas.
It's close.
Getting real close. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, is there anything else you'd like to say before we let you go?
Well, thank you, you guys for being here, for inviting me to make this live stream. I'm very glad for being here. And if you like to taste the Casa 1910 cigars, maybe you can find in the main filter in the Bakersfield Club, Neptune Cigars and other websites and your local tobacco shops. Please find and your local tobacco shops. And you can follow us in Casa 1910 Cigars in Instagram, Facebook, and my personal media is Manolo Cigar Life. You can send me your questions about the cigars, about the tequilas. Why not? About the pairings. I'm reading all your messages and I answers on your messages. Thank you for this time, you guys. Miguel, Frankie, I love you guys and see you in the TPE and you can try the new Soldadera edition.
Fantastic. Cannot wait.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Y'all have a good one. Joseph checking in over on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody out there, y'all have a great rest of your day and be on the lookout. Like Richard says, you can check over at Luxury and Neptunes and all the other sites that you might find it. And yeah, ask if your local brick and mortar doesn't have it yet, ask them to bring it in. All right. That's the best thing you can do. All right, everyone. You have a great rest of your day and we will see you Friday.
Yep. See you guys on Friday.
Cheers.